constantly, all the time. New stuff comes out about Sony and Disney meeting about Spider-Man. I told you guys, I don't think this is over. Talked about this multiple times as things have been coming out here and there. They are obviously still talking. More and more we hear that they're going to meet again. During D23, Tom Holland was not allowed to talk about anything regarding MCU Spider-Man in the future. A lot of that has to do with rumors being that they were still talking and close to getting a deal done. I believe they will get a deal going because really, for the quality of the brand, Sony needs to be in good graces with Marvel and vice versa. Sony needs Marvel a lot more, honestly, because they have to put a movie out every couple of years or they lose the license. It's just the nature of the beast, which is one of the reasons why, if you remember, after Spider-Man 3, they almost immediately rushed into that reboot with, what was his name? Andrew Garfield or whatever his name was. I don't remember. They rushed right into that movie series because they had to. But make no mistake, to be honest, Marvel doesn't really need Spider-Man as much as Sony does because they make like $1 billion annually off merchandising. All Sony has is movie money. They can't sell any merchandise, anything. Now, I think they'll find a compromise here. One of them was, I guess, Sony wants to do a TV show. Marvel would let them do that because Sony lost everything. They used to have TV rights, merchandising, all kinds of stuff. If you remember, there was a really good show, Spectacular Spider-Man. That was an awesome animated series, by the way. If you've never seen it, you should check it out. Got cut short. The real reason that show got cut short is because Sony lost the rights and they reverted back to Disney. And then you had the Spider-Man show that was headed by Dan Slott, which was a pile of garbage. It wanted to be Spectacular Spider-Man, and it couldn't. It couldn't. Wanted to be, but it couldn't. I think they also had like a team-up Spider-Man show, which was horrid. That show was trash. I didn't even watch that one at all. What was it like? It was kind of based on Ultimate. Wasn't it called Ultimate Spider-Man? I can't remember, but that show sucked. Spectacular Spider-Man, probably as close to you're going to get to as something as good as the 90s animated show was. But in any case, Marvel makes a boatload of money off of merchandise. Now, one of the reasons that's lucrative for them to have Spidey in the MCU is because it strengthens the brand of Spider-Man, hence making them more merchandising money. I think they realize that, and instead of trying to be greedy, maybe they're going to come back and they'll work something out. We'll see, but this can't keep going for the future. I think they'll reach some kind of agreement where they can take him out and give him a proper exit from the MCU, and then Sony will go back to just doing movie after movie after movie. We'll see what happens. But according to this article, at a time when Marvel Studios is welcoming the X-Men and the Fantastic Four into the fold, they recently lost Spider-Man. Sony and Disney's falling out has shocked fans as it means Tom Holland's web-slinger will be removed from the MCU from now on, with his future films likely taking place in Sony's Venomverse. That is, unless negotiations can open up and a new deal between the studios can be reached, which we're hearing is not an impossibility. We've got this covered, has heard from several sources that Sony and Marvel are meeting again next week to discuss Spider-Man's future. We've also been told that it looks positive. Though obviously nothing is for sure just yet, numerous other outlets have also reported that studios have been working on renewing their partnership over the character. After the chaos of the initial news that Spidey was leaving the MCU, we just started to adjust to the new status quo. With that, Tom Holland was promising that there are exciting things and awesome crossovers in store for Sony's Spider-Man movies. However, one thing this whole situation has made clear is that plans can change on a dime. After all, both parties know how beneficial it would be to keep the wall crawlers within the shared universe, so you can bet they're still hoping to fix it. Absolutely. I think they will reach a compromise. Like I said, I think what'll happen is that Sony will just do their movies and they'll probably have some kind of agreement where they don't have to rush the movie out like they do. and then they can keep him in the MCU. Like, so you'll see MCU elements in Sony's Spider-Man movies, and then you'll see, you know, Spider-Man in the MCU movies. I think you'll see something like that happen. It's going to be a compromise like that. I think Sony and Disney will stop doing so much collaboration on the main movie. Or maybe they'll give them some merchandising rights. We'll see. But I think it would be beneficial for the brand for them to keep them together. I think everyone agrees on that. So we'll see what happens. But there's just no way a deal doesn't get done. It's so stupid to let that fall beneath the cracks. So next week, hopefully we hear something. I'm kind of tired of hearing about all this. It's just every day we hear about, you know, they're going to meet again. And then, you know, we see shots like Comcast Cable was taking shots at Spider-Man in the Avengers description. There's all kinds of weird stuff going on right now. Hopefully they work it out because I would like to see a deal get done. But anyway, tell me what you think about all this. Like, subscribe, leave that comment. Tell me what you think. Do you care? Would you rather see Marvel just lose Spider-Man? Let me know. Make sure you're still subscribed. Check out my Twitch, YellowFlash Comics. Link in the description. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.